Hi, this is Malorian, and this is the Orc Tactical Team. And today what we're going to be talking about is Grimgor in 8th. So, Grimgor, the Orc special character, has always been a monster in 7th. He's always been great. And a lot of people are wondering, how is this guy now when you get into the 8th rules? And I think he got a lot better. One of the first reasons why I think he got a lot better is because he has always strike first, and he has a pretty good initiative. And what that means is that a lot of times, even though he'll have hatred, so he'll reroll the hit in the first round, if you have continuing combats, there's a very good chance that he'll still get to reroll the hit even after that. So that's really good. Another thing that's great about him is that you're going to be facing a lot of hordes in 8th, and with him having all those attacks, usually re-rolling the hit, he's great for just killing lots of guys all the time, and you can really use him to try and hack through these large hordes you're going to be seeing. Another reason why he's really great is that in a game where stepping up and supporting attacks means that it's a lot more dangerous for characters fighting in the front rank, Grimgor for orcs is a very good defensive character. I mean, he has that 1+ save, he has a 5+ ward, so compared to a lot of other orcs builds, he's actually very well suited for being in the front lines. It's only if you're fighting something like a big unit of Minotaurs or Great Weapons or something like that, that he actually even has to worry about being in the front line. So you can make Grimgor your general and have no problems usually whatsoever, just throwing him up in the front, let him killing his things, because it'll be very rare that he actually gets killed. One of the things you have to think about though is whenever you take Grimgor, he either has to be placed by himself or in a unit of Black Orcs. And because placing him by himself would be rather insane, it means you're going to have to put him with that unit of Black Orcs. And in 7th, Black Orcs were pretty bad, but in 8th, I think they actually are doing, they're going to be doing fairly well. So the best thing is that when you have them with Grimgor, is that he gives them hatred as well. So these orcs with weapon skill 4 and strength 6 are going to be re-rolling the hit in that first turn, meaning you can do a really good hit that very first turn. Now the next question would become is how many Black Orcs should you take to guard him with? And it really depends what you're trying to get out of him. I mean, you could take a smaller unit just to keep him safe for Lookout Sir, and by a smaller unit I think you can get away with even 10 to 15 if you really are just using him just as a small bodyguard. But a lot of times I think you'd like to get a lot bigger, talking about 20, 25, and then there's even, I think you can go to Horde. Now, Horde with these Black Orcs, that's going to be very expensive. However, they are going to be very effective. When you have all those attacks and Grimgor, these guys are going to be slaughtering things like crazy. And another thing, like I was saying before, is that this is huge points denial. So even though this unit is going to be worth, I don't know how many hundreds of points, the point is that your opponent is not going to be getting them at the end of the game. So this could be your very solid center with all these Black Orcs with Grimgor, and you probably know that the general points and the Black Orc points are something they're not going to get, and you can just run right through them. Meanwhile, you have the choice of what banner you want to give them. And I think there's really two that you would want to choose between. Either one, you'd want to give them the Spirit Totem, because that's a great place to put them, especially if you are going to go for that fairly well-sized unit, because by the time that they get whittled down, you're already in combat, magic isn't going to be doing as much then anyway. I mean, hopefully by then you've ran up and killed their casters, right? And the other one is the Wall Banner. That's a great one where you can have them rush up, get into combat right away. Some of the negatives to Grimgor, there aren't really a lot. The only thing is that, of course, he'll be in the front. Because he has to be in those Black Orcs, people are going to be targeting that unit, so if you see things like templates and war machines, they're probably going to be blasting his unit like crazy, and if he has any big monsters or character killers, they're probably going to be coming straight for him. So at the same time where he's going to be a great power, you still have to watch those dangers to him and find ways to mitigate it, whether it's wolves to go and run up and take out those war machines, or something to go and block and take out those hydras, or whatever it is that's going to be coming to try and kill him right away. And otherwise, once you do that, they're going to be great in combat and be able to kill quite a bit. So that's all I want to talk about Grimgor in 8th. Next time what I want to talk about though is Cavalry. A lot of people think Cavalry is useless in 8th. I think they're wrong, but we'll talk about it then. See you then. Bye.